All right. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. And that's the first episode of Full Frontal Garbage right now. It's going. How do you feel?
Constipated.
Just got to let it out, man. I just got to let it out. So much.
You know what? It's okay.
Is it?
No.
Can you guarantee that?
Never okay. It fucking 2020 happened. We're not okay. We're not going to go back to okay.
No.
Literally, no one has been okay since that freaking primate got killed.
the primate.
Seriously, all of this started when Harambe died. All of it.
Peace.
That's the thing me and Monica have been going on about. My girlfriend and I is, I think it was her coworkers that started it. It was like, yeah, this whole 2020 is just a culmination, and it all started back when that gorilla died.
So, do you think the kid was like a secret agent?
No, it's not necessarily like he was a secret agent. I think it lands on, how should I explain this? It was like a divergence butterfly effect.
Oh, okay.
You know, the time traveler didn't make it back in time to save him.
Yeah.
So we're on the bad timeline now.
Yeah, the butterfly didn't flap its wings in New Guinea, and then Harambe gets shot. Damn, that's kind of deep.
Yeah, so I'm blaming the entirety of the world on that small child.
See, that's what the siege on the Capitol, that's all that was. That was a bunch of unresolved issues from having to witness Harambe. And they just woke up one day and they were like, God, I'm so pissed and I have no idea why. It must be, I need to go attack the Capitol right now. I need to go take it by storm. That's what this is.
Exactly.
It was all just misguided anger. It was redirected from Harambe. A memory that was too painful to take head on. And so, wow, damn, I didn't even think about it that way.
Oh yeah, no. See, it's all coming together now.
Yeah.
If we start a website, we've got to think of another letter because Q's already taken, though.
Honestly, there was a call to action before all of this. If we had all just whipped our dicks out for Harambe, I feel like we would have been in a much better place. But nobody took it seriously.
You do have a point. Not enough people whipped their dicks out for Harambe.
All those people.
Not enough. Not enough people also put F in chat.
No, none of them. Not a single person put F in chat. All those people right now are sitting in jail just going, God damn it, if only I had taken my dick out for Harambe. Fuck.
Well.
Yeah, I think we've gone
now that doldrum. I honestly think 2021 is going to be a better year. Like, 2020 was supposed to be the chosen year because Cinco de Mayo was supposed to be on Taco Tuesday, and like Halloween was supposed to be on a Saturday, all of that.
Yeah.
But,
good old Binti.
I think it was too good to be true. I honestly think 2021 is going to be the better year.
Yeah,
honestly.
there was too much positivity going into it, and it just inversed on us.
Yeah, we just couldn't hold it. So 2020 will definitely be a better year. It's still January. It's our first podcast. Surely we can help throw forward some positive vibes.
New year, new me. Speaking of throwing positive vibes and holding shit in, right? We kind of got stuff going. Me and you.
Yeah. Mine's definitely a slower thing,
but it's been going on for longer.
Yes, I'm very proud of what little I've achieved, and I'm extremely proud of the fan base you've gotten. So if any of David or my subscribers are listening, welcome, and we appreciate you so much.
Do you want to release this on your channel too?
Maybe. I mean,
like I
don't really have that kind of fan base, but
it's just the audio, so I could just bounce it to you, and we could have our own flavor. I mean, if we want to just kind of keep it centralized, I can understand that too. Because especially if we manage to get this on Spotify or some other platform besides just YouTube, it'd be much easier if there's like a central.
I'll tell you what, you bounce it to me, I'll throw it on my channel, and we'll still promote it. At least this one episode.
All right. Yeah, sounds good. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea.
So, does anyone else have a cat that claws on the freaking windowsill?
No, Jordan, not a
I'm
single
talking
other
about
cat
you.
owner.
No. Like, I know cats claw on things, right? But what other cat have you ever known of just has to claw on solid metal?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes, this cat. Our windowsills are those, inset ones with the aluminum,
Yeah.
around the outside of it. It's part of the tracks and all of that. We will just hear this ungodly screech, and there's the cat over there just running her nails down solid aluminum.
Like you're just in a peaceful slumber, and then like 3 a.m, you get woken up by this horrible screeching sound. You feel like someone's breaking in whilst murdering somebody. You walk in there, and that cat's just dead-eyed staring at you, maintaining eye contact, just all the way down it.
You joke. He's literally looking at me right now like, try me. I dare you.
I know you're talking about me.
I have a water bottle right next to me. I will throw it at you.
All right, so this is the first episode, so let's get all this out there, right? Let's go ahead and tackle it for anybody who's stumbling upon it, right? Right? I go by Bumtastic. That's my YouTube channel. That's my Twitter. That's everything. Everything is some form of bum. What about you?
My gamer tag. I completely made it up for PUBG and have never played PUBG since I've made it. I'm a wizard. But my YouTube channel is just my the name I go by is Alyxie Jordan, I think is what it is. Or you may call me Miss Red Devil. That is also a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Don't know where it came from. I do know where it came from.
Well,
but you're not gonna go look up my Tumblr. Not on air anyway.
Yeah, we're not gonna pull out all the pseudonyms, but yeah.
I have a lot of names. But
I go by many names.
The important one is Alyxie Jordan.
Yeah.
That's my YouTube.
Oh yeah. And then she's doing some really cool stuff. She does a lot of DIY projects and stuff that she's getting started. Her YouTube channel is kind of going through a reformation stage right now. She's got some pretty cool projects and at-home things that she's building and refurbishing and
I still have
repainting.
Everything to get set up, but I'll get there. My second YouTube video for refurbishing one of my dad's old hammers has actually been held up because I hate my camera. I hate it. I am so glad I have a new camera that I'm working on.
Yeah.
But that entire video is on the other camera because I'm an idiot and I didn't transfer the files. But speaking of the bad baby, I'm going to have to go put the bad baby up. I apologize. David, filler.
Skibidoo, skibidoo. Don't bang on the table. It's annoying. I thought that would be funny for one video and it wasn't. But yeah, while I've got this time, just you and me, let's have a little chat. My channel, Bumtastic YouTube channel, that is basically the culmination of everything that I post on the internet currently. I used to stream on Twitch. I am streaming. I'm kind of rescheduling at the moment, figuring out what, because I was streaming every day. I'm trying to pull that back so I have more time to work on actual just like videos.
Yeah, streaming every day can take a lot out of you. Yeah,
as I'm doing the editing for my channel, the Bumtastic channel. We had a group of friend of mine of ours that me and Jordan are a part of, On Till Dawn. It's like this group channel, culmination of like 8 or so people. And I am going to be doing the editing for that channel, that and a couple other people in the group I edit for. So things were kind of starting to spread me pretty thin. So I'm trying to cut back on the streaming a little bit, but I do that on YouTube as well.
You need to be thick, like a good mayonnaise.
A good old Miracle Whip. Get a whip into shape real quick.
No, Hellman's all the way.
Hellman's. I have no idea. I hate mayonnaise.
I know you do.
Sorry to be so controversial on our first episode of the podcast, being polarizing here. Like
for all the mayo lovers out there, it's okay. I'm a mayo lover. Miracle Whip is all right. It's what I grew up on. it's a Southern thing, but let's be honest, you can't beat a good mayonnaise. Hellman's all the way.
Is it Southern? What? I think it's mostly just brand. The difference between
because Miracle
South,
Whip
right?
Miracle Whip is technically classified as like a salad
dressing.
Making, not a dressing. It's like like fruit salads and stuff like that.
Yummy, yeah.
It's like a salad base for like those and like macaroni salad and like the kind of squishy casserole type salads.
Mm-hmm.
That's really where that came from, and it kind of evolved into a sandwich spread after. God, I can't remember what recipe it was. It was some kind of party sandwich back in the 1950s that got really, really popular.
Yeah.
But it's only really hung around as like a mayo substitute kind of in the South.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that until fairly recently.
Yeah. So this is all like well documented. Like all of the world's like scholars and like leading mayo experts like got together.
Oh no way! Don't quote me on this at all.
No, I am going to quote you on this. This is in recorded form.
I'm at least 60% talking out of my ass.
Yeah, this information is now in eternity, Jordan, and you will be held accountable for your sins at the pearly gates.
But I'll put it this way. People in California also generally think Miracle Whip is gross.
The devil's sauce.
Now, I used to watch BuzzFeed a lot, and they had on one of the episodes, it was like, Californians try Southern delicacies or Southern comfort foods or something like that. And one of them was, I know, one of them was
of butter.
a deep fried butter on a stick.
Oh God.
I have a story about that one too. But no, one of the quote unquote delicacies and or comfort foods was Kool-Aid pickles.
What the hell how is it always something I've never heard of?
It's like, like pickle spears, right?
Pickle spears.
Delicious on their own.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid, also delicious on its own.
Yeah.
I don't know who they were talking to that were advising them that this was a Southern thing. I've never heard of it, but apparently you take like fruit punch Kool-Aid and pour it in to the brine. Right? So all the pickles soak up Kool-Aid flavor. For my 30 years, I'd never heard of this.
I swear to God, they just find weird shit on purpose. Because it's like for the ones for the ones, well, we're not gonna specify because they do this with everything that they do like this. For like the ones who are opposing to the idea, like the ones who are outside, they get to look in and go, "Oh, I knew those fuckers were weird. Oh, that's gross. That's so weird." And then you have the ones who are on the, like the home side, the home team, and they're like, "The hell is that? What are you talking about? That's not how we all eat. Are you freaking kidding me?" And then you have the weird ones over in the corner going, "Oh my God, I got some bacon in the oven right now."
Oh, that's so true. Because
it just brings everybody in to just fight tooth and nail.
God, it's like I know it was a joke, but like BuzzFeed was the only place I'd ever seen that has the most ridiculous stuff of like, take this quiz and find out which traffic cone you are.
Yeah.
It's like, I get you're from California. You all have liberal arts degrees, but come on, I'm not going to criticize them because it's entertaining content. I mean, I've watched a lot of their videos. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not one of their viewers because for the longest time I was. But I don't think I was their target demographic.
I was going to say, I think you just kind of got caught in the tunnel, in the
crosshairs.
Yeah, it was just like this like vortex. It was just like you never got pulled into the center of it, but you were like eyeing from a distance just outside of the pool, like what the hell's going on over there?
Now back onto the food, like faux Southern things. Back when I was probably in junior high, right? I always had this joke that was, some ridiculous food item.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, I was just gonna let it roll over real quick. I had to get it out of my system. By all means, continue.
I know it's a requirement. You'll get used to it. It's okay. He's this way a lot. But no, so I had this joke that I would always pull out, the deep fried butter on a stick,
Yeah.
because, we'd be served gross shit in school all the time. Fast forward a few years, I'm actually at a county fair with my then girlfriend, and I wish the rest of my friends group had been there, because I kid you not, and I haven't seen it since. At least not in person. I know it exists. But if you ever want some horrible, horrible monstrosity of like county fair food, they actually sell a stick of pure butter that has been dipped in. Now, I don't know for sure, but it's either one of two things. It's either you could go the sweet route, and it could be funnel cake. It could be like funnel cake batter, or you could go the savory route, and it could be like onion ring batter.
Oh.
And then they deep fry it just long enough that the outside of it gets crispy, but the butter is still cold in the center.
Oh, God.
So you can actually get a nice mouthful.
But assumedly you're out in the summer heat, so that stuff's melting anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
I was hoping they were joking.
Like, you don't
but
even...
I did see... Yeah, I did see a few of them being sold on a stick, walked around, people, like, chewing on them. It was a traumatizing experience.
Yeah, like they don't even give you napkins with that. They just give you like a frying pan to hold underneath it. And it's like, as you're eating it and you're walking around, you're just like slowly like buttering the bottom of the pan. And then when you're done with that, and and you've rode a couple rides, everything, then you come back, throw that shit on the stove, and then get your next helping of whatever abomination of food you're going to be cooking, because you've like thoroughly buttered your pan.
No, see, that's the thing, is they serve it as the side to either the funnel cake or the onion ring, so you can just dribble the butter on that, and after you've eaten your butter as the main course, you just then eat either the funnel cake or the onion rings as your side. But it's just, they're covered in butter.
I've never once thought, you know what I want? I want to eat something, and I want to eat it just drenched in butter, but I'm just going to just chow down on the butter beforehand and then just let it coat whatever food I'm about to eat. That is not...
People be about that.
I've never thought about butter as an appetizer. It's the opposite of that, as a matter of fact. Like a solid stick of butter.
It's not appetizing.
No, it's like, you want to kill my appetite. You want me to throw up anything I've ever eaten and not eat for the rest of the day. Put that in my mouth.
To be fair, it's kind of the same. It's like along the same veins of, like, you've seen those, I don't want to call them health food promotions, because they're not actually promoting healthy foods, but they're like trying to dissuade you from eating unhealthy foods.
Yeah, it's just propaganda is what it is.
Well, yeah, basically it's supposed to be like, oh, this is better for you, but it's propaganda. It's like any food can be fine for you when eaten in moderation. But the one that sticks out in my head was them talking about a slice of pizza. It's like, every time you eat a slice of pizza, you're eating a tablespoon of warm liquid. All right, buddy, look, I've had more disgusting warm liquids in my mouth. That is not going to deter me from eating a delicious slice of pizza.
Wait, they just said you're eating a tablespoon of warm liquid?
Yes, it's like eating a tablespoon of warm oil.
Oh.
Yeah. I said that I've had more terrible warm liquids in my mouth. So.
Yeah, no, I caught on to that one. That was the one part of the story I wasn't confused.
It's like the same difference about, like, do you know what goes into chicken McNuggets? I've literally had my tongue on other people's genitals. I don't care what's in chicken McNuggets. It could be rat for all I care.
Yeah. The chicken nugget is made of rat. It's a rat nugget. Shut up.
Eat it. People.
There's kids in Ethiopia who would love that rat nugget.
There's kids in Ethiopia who could eat that box.
Oh man, did we? I hate to get at this in this point of the podcast so far, but did we even name the podcast on stream or on stream? There you go. See, on the podcast yet? Did we say it?
I don't think we did say it.
I
No,
mean,
actually, I think you did.
I
We'll
did?
say it again anyway at the end.
Well, I'm going to say it again right now. You know why? Because this is
All right,
this is
say it
our
again.
stream. Damn it! Right? We're co-hosting this. This is you and me. This is our rodeo. Full frontal garbage. And I've just decided it's going to be posted every Saturday. That's right. Weekly podcast. Should have said that at the start, but I'm saying it now. And I'll probably say it again because I have the memory of a goldfish. Full frontal garbage every Saturday. Be there or don't. But we would like
Be there and to be square because you stack easier.
Yes. We could easily fit 3 of you in a seat without you swaying. You know, we could get to about 5, but then there's a whole bunch of shit we got to figure out with liability and insurance. We got waivers that we got you to sign, and people don't want to sign that. They'll just go over next door with, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, think compact thoughts.
Speaking of everyone being in their own little cube, everyone made fun of this product before COVID happened, but I haven't seen anyone making fun of it since COVID happened. And here's what I'm talking about. I think it was initially sold as like either a rain bonnet kind of thing, like keep you out of the rain or out of the sun or like keep you warm or something like that. It is literally like a 3 foot by 3 foot, you know, little like pop out. What is the word I'm looking for? Like those little pop out sun visors, right?
Yeah.
Where you can twist them in a certain way and they fold up into a little circle.
Mm-hmm.
Untwist them, they whoosh, you know, fold out and you can put them in your window. It was the same mechanism as like that.
Yeah.
Just this coiled up wire like those laundry hampers or something like that. You could fold it up, coil it up, and stick it in like the size of a messenger bag.
Yeah.
But basically what it is you unfold this thing and it's a 3 foot by 3 foot square and it's about 4 or 5 feet tall. But it fits one person in a completely clear box. Yeah. And it was used for like sporting events and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Recently, I think it was in Arkansas. I'm not sure. But one of the local hospitals here had actually taken those and modified them with a clear shower curtain.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is actually really sweet and touching. So family members could actually go and see each other in the nursing home and, you know, touch them, give them a hug, you know, shake their hand, whatever, completely safely so that they wouldn't transmit COVID.
So it was just
this product.
It was just Bubble Boy. That's what it was.
Well, no, because it's the thing. It's like a booth.
Yeah.
It's like the inside and the outside were completely separate.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You know that movie Bubble Boy?
Yeah, I know Bubble Boy, but like I'm saying it wasn't mobile. It's like they had converted the awning, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was completely,
They had these little like unfolding rain things for like sporting events, but they had them in like little booths.
Yeah.
On the outside. So you could step into one of these little booths and it had like armholes with like those long gloves attached to them.
Yeah.
And you could like hug your gram when she'd come outside to see you.
Yeah. Like whenever you were talking about that at first, when you said it would fit one person, I was imagining like a couple feet by a couple feet, like literally just enough to house you. And you were saying that they modified it so that like you could put it on and then walk with it. That's what I
No,
was.
it's still in the booth format. It was
Oh,
still
damn.
used basically how it was supposed to have been used or how it was designed to be used. But
Yeah.
the whole point was is like you didn't. Everyone's like, haha, that's a stupid idea. And then COVID happened, and then nobody said that was a stupid idea anymore. It's like,
They
yeah,
all-
y'all wishing you had a personal bubble now, huh?
That's what he said. Y'all all laughed at me. You all said it was insane. Now all
It's
of
like-
you want a Graham hugger.
It's like, do you remember all of the criticism for Death Stranding, right?
Yeah.
Did you read it or hear any of that? Everyone was like, oh, Death Stranding, it's terrible. It's a walking simulator. Nobody, and this is the one that stuck out in my head, nobody would rely on couriers to keep the world running while being locked inside their own little space.
Well, see, that
That was the thing. Everyone was like, oh, that's not real. That'll never happen. The year after that, COVID happened. Literally, the only people keeping this world together were Amazon delivery workers, the Postal Service,
Yeah.
UPS and FedEx, and the numerous different food delivery services.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing though, man, because like that game also it had a lot of controversy on it. For starters, I believe that Hideo Kojima, he literally designed the coronavirus to prove his point. He's like, I'll show you motherfuckers. But
So when
did you
Hideo
like it?
Kojima? I was going to say, when did Hideo Kojima become Spanish?
Huh? Well, I was
That's
like,
first impression you did was Spanish.
well, I wasn't trying to be Spanish. I was just saying it kind of kooky because I didn't want to just go full on like,
Okay, fair enough.
you know,
Super racist.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not that I think that is. It's just I don't know.
No, we're not racist, by the way.
I
We
didn't
just
have
sound
any.
like
I
it.
didn't have any like purely Kojima lines. It's like the only thing he really says is like, "Did you like it?"
Yeah,
Which is what I said.
Kojima doesn't talk that much. It's hard to quote people that don't talk that much.
Hey, he talks quite a bit, but it's all in Japanese, which is interesting considering how like influenced by Western media.
Considering how he's Japanese.
Well, no. What I was going to say is it's interesting to me that he is so influenced by Western culture and Western media and all of that, like to an intoxicating degree. Just look at Metal Gear Solid, and I mean, he's still like unapologetically Japanese with the design of things and like crazy stuff, but he is a lot of Western influence, but he still like doesn't speak much at all.
Now, what were you
As far
saying
as
about
English.
Death Stranding?
But it had a lot of controversy surrounding it and everything, and some people just not really liking the game. I didn't hear much on the courier stuff because I just wasn't really looking for it, I guess. That is such a dumb thing to nail that game down for. It's like,
Well, see, that was the thing.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't nailing the game for that. It was just, that was the sentence that stuck out in my head. The big thing they were nailing it about is like, you just walk from one point to another.
yeah.
You're literally just walking to produce the storyline.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, there's other games that legitimately are like that's
I know.
a genre.
I didn't say it was. I didn't say it was a legitimate concern or a
well, no.
legitimate criticism.
No.
I'm just saying
Yeah,
that
no,
was
I'm
the
not-
main criticism.
I'm not saying you're saying that. I'm just addressing it because I know that they're out there. I have heard that kind of stuff before. What I'm saying is just simply it makes no sense to me because like saying, "Oh, that would never happen. It's so unrealistic." And it's
Yeah, that's what blew
that doesn't
my
make
mind.
any
is they
sense. It just doesn't make
they were-
any sense.
Yeah, they were bitching because it's like, oh, people being locked in their own bunkers and the only way to access the outside world is through couriers. Oh, that's completely unrealistic.
That's
And then-
bullshit.
Karma hit him in the back of the head with a baseball bat.
I mean, you don't even need coronavirus. Look at Uber Eats. Look at DoorDash. Look at all of these things. They are so ungodly expensive compared to just going to a Burger King and buying a burger. Like literally, especially if you're a person eating by themselves.
Yeah.
Like it is so much more expensive. If I were to order from Burger King on DoorDash and I were to get just the normal order that I have to get at least extra fries. If I don't get extra fries, there is like $5, $5 or $6 that gets added onto that order. Literally adding like $2 fries knocks off which I mean then it balances out there, of course, because you don't get to save all the money that just got hacked off there, but literally adding an item is less expensive.
Save you money.
Yeah, it saves you money, like ultimately. A ridiculous amount of money. Like if someone was eating along with you and like they only got like a sandwich, that's the kind of money that you're saving.
Right.
It makes no sense. And then you got the delivery fee, and then you've got a tip if you're going to tip the driver, and it's like
always tip your driver.
And there's all of this shit added onto it, and they are flourishing. Well,
yeah. Well, here's the thing.
More or less.
Well, here's the thing. Even before coronavirus, you have to think about people paying for the convenience. Like, I can sit here and say for certain, I'm in a very, very good situation right now, is what I would consider, both relationship-wise and financially, specifically in this conversation. There have been times where I would go back into my old way of doing things and then stop myself and go, wait a minute, I'm okay enough financially. I'm going to pay for the convenience of doing it this way. Pay for the convenience to have it shipped sooner. Pay for the convenience of having the part of a thing already made for you, or pay for the convenience of having something delivered.
Yeah.
So you've really got to think that an entire industry has come out of people wanting to pay for the convenience because they have those extra that extra income.
They have that disposable
income. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then coronavirus happened, and then suddenly you have people who can't go out.
Yeah, they have to.
They have to use those. So, they've been relying on those. And I think you make a very good point about, adding extra on just to save a little money. It's like, what do we do for these people that, they were initially going out and saving the money to just do it themselves, but now they can't, and they have to have it delivered because, going out for them would mean, almost certain death for them or their family member or whatever.
Or at least harm.
It's like, where's the subsidy for that? Where's the help for those people? So, I get there's Meals on Wheels and stuff like that, but let's be honest, if you're a 20-something-year-old with, chronic asthma and type 1 diabetes, you're not getting Meals on Wheels because you're not a 75-year-old geriatric.
Yeah.
There's no way you're passing that check. So, it's, not to be a fucking anarchist on Maine, but, screw capitalism. People need help.
But, damn, I thought I had somewhere to go with that. I literally did.
It's okay.
My brain
we can't all be perfect.
Oh, man.
No, don't for once think that I actually have a coherent thought in my head. I can just make my mouth do fancy things.
Oh, but what that mouth do, though?
Not enough. Not nearly enough.
Not as much as I could, to be honest. That's what Jerry's been telling me every day for the past 5 years. But who cares about what that asshole thinks? Am I right, ladies? God damn it. I need some tea, man. I was not prepared for this. So you know what? I'm going to give the floor to you for a second. You can do a little do or whatever you're going to do. I'm going to get me something to drink, and I will be right back.
All right. Fair enough. Now that he's gone, we're all together. Well, listen to me take a drink. But no. Changing gears, I guess, for a little bit. I was talking about being an anarchist on Maine. Honestly, I don't think people really take care of each other enough anymore. You know? It's like everyone's in competition with each other. It's like, no, we're all equal. Just love thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor. And he's back.
Not on the mic yet. Got my head in my hand. All right, what did I miss?
Yeah. I was just telling them to be kind to each other.
Oh.
You know, because I said the whole don't be an anarchist on Maine.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, it's like kind of not really an anarchist tenant, so to speak, but it's like just kind of a general don't be an asshole kind of thing. It's like, we're in competition with each other too much anymore.
Yeah.
Just be collective. Be kind to each other.
Be inclusive. Right.
Well, that's like not to be like a hippie, but seriously, like when it comes right down to it, the only people you can rely on are your neighbors. You know, form a group, form a commune. I like to see all these people working together for a change instead of like psychopaths like building a bunker and stocking up hundreds of thousands of rounds of ammunition and fucking baked beans, you know?
Yeah.
We're social creatures. That's
Exactly.
why we started a podcast.
Yeah.
Because we didn't, like, one of our favorite times, and I'm sure David will agree with me on this one, is we would go out and just get the worst food imaginable at like 10 o'clock at night. Just dank nugs. Just terrible, like 2 20-packs of chicken McNuggets. And we would just go to the local park and eat and just talk about existentialism for hours.
Yeah.
And we had a blast. And I don't think people do that enough anymore, honestly. But yeah, fucking people don't lean on each other enough anymore, I think.
Yeah.
I know there's a big culture right now of like, you know, self-sufficiency and don't be a burden, but like
I don't know, man. That's actually that's changed quite a bit recently, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, people are staying at their parents' houses longer and longer.
Yeah, and speaking of parents, like even the generational gap of like our parents would be like whispering in hushed tones, I heard they went to therapy, you know? I heard they have mental problems.
Yeah.
You know, in hushed tones. And
I want even members of all that crap.
Yeah, like even members of my group now, and I'm happy to see it, is like they'll bust into a room group of their friends and be like, hey, guess what my therapist told me today?
Yeah.
And, you know, and they'll share those coping mechanisms with each other.
Well, there's nothing. Oi, fuck you, mate. I think my brother's leaving. He was over for a while. But there's nothing wrong with wanting to better yourself. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like being ashamed to go to the gym, right? Everyone in there who's all ripped and glistening, and you know they got 6-packs and big old biceps. How'd you think they get those? They weren't born with those, right? Like the whole point.
No, it's plastic surgery.
Oh yeah, I forgot. My bad. But
no, but seriously, they were there for hard work. Yeah,
it's not hard work and dedication. It's money. You got to pay to get the goods.
I'm not even going to get onto that because never mind.
No, but
no, they're there.
Seriously, you know, you've got to build yourself up. You know, everybody has their own starting point in life. You know what I mean? Everybody starts somewhere, and everybody eventually gets to the finish line, which is death, and then it's over. So it's like, why the hell would you try to make things harder on yourself? You know?
All right.
You just get over it. It makes no sense, man. Everybody's got somewhere to start. Everyone's got things they have to personally work through. And it's their business how they do it. It's their business what they do to get through it.
You know, yeah, at the end of the world, it's not going to be those crazy psychopaths in the bunker that save the world. It's going to be, you know, people who come out of their homes after a week and go, hey, I noticed, you know, y'all were scavenging through the trash can for God knows what to eat. I have a garden in the back. Feel free. And, you know, they'll pick some food for their family and a week later, they'll be out there digging in the garden and something will happen, they'll throw their back out or some farm implement will break and their neighbor will be like, hey, remember that time you helped me? I'm going to help you. So me and my kids are going to, help you plant your garden. And it keeps getting bigger and bigger. And soon other people see these two people helping each other and go, hey, I noticed y'all were having trouble watering. I've got this big water jug. Let's wheel it over here. And people helping people builds the community back.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
And then
that's people helping people is the human condition.
Yeah. And then Negan
we're
rolls
social
in and lays
creatures.
the law.
What was that?
I said, and then Negan rolls in and lays down the law.
No. There's always going to be those Negan types, but let's be honest. A thriving community will always have those members that seem useless until the time comes. And sometimes you don't have to have a use. Sometimes people just won't have you around, and that's okay too.
Yeah. I've got to say, Jordan, knowing you for as long as I have, your transformation has been remarkable. Because you used to be.
No, I was an asshole.
Oh my God, you and you described it. Let me stammer on that sentence a couple more times there, real quick. You described it the best way I could ever put it, and it's that you were a guilty until proven innocent type of person. Everyone who walked into your life just walked into your gaze. They didn't even have to interact with you ever. If you saw somebody, it was, yep, they're a piece of shit and they're about to prove it.
God, I was such an edgy.
Yeah, it's crazy to see how far you've come from that to
it's like
to a point of wanting to reach out. It's not just like that personal mending and that personal healing where you're finally okay in your own skin and you're finally happy to just live your life, but you actually have a desire to reach out. You know what I mean?
You know what we call that? Growth.
Oh, dude, I'm so bummed right now because I don't want to go through the trouble of setting up voice mod. I wish I had some good voice just primed and ready. I have no idea what it is though. So I'm just going to leave that alone for now. I'll have that ready for the next one.
Yeah. Literally that's hardware that I use, so that's the only voice mod that I have technically. But no. Like imagine me 20 pounds thinner, 3 inches shorter, and all of the emo with none of the style.
3 inches shorter.
I don't know. I think I've grown like 3 inches.
All that negativity was weighing you down. It was your slouching. That's what it was. That's just posture, Jordan.
It's a you joke, but I did slouch a lot.
Oh man. Oh my God. Yeah.
Of course, it's easier to stand up straight when you have a new set of tits. By the way, for those playing the home game, I'm transgender.
Oh man. Yeah. How long has that been now? How long has that been since you came out to me is what I'm asking? Like
since I came out to you? Oh my God.
Yeah. Like the mark of moving forward, because that was what kind of signified it.
God, that was like 2 years before my medical transition, and my medical transition started in December of 2015.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So that's what, 8 years?
Yeah, so I've been
Roughly.
out for 8 years.
Fuck. Yeah, man, that's a journey.
And if there's any eggs listening, I know the struggle. Trust me.
I'm assuming that's
reach
code.
out. Yeah, eggs is like, I play the girl character because, I just like the way their ass looks. I watch the lesbian dramas because I think they're neat.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to call me out? Because that's legitimately one of my lines about the girl characters.
No, that's a legitimate thing. I'm just saying these are the commonalities.
Yeah,
I remember
the breadcrumbs.
I remember it's the breadcrumbs. It's the loose threads. It's the cracks in the shell.
Yeah.
Because like the whole term egg is like, you're in your shell. You finally transition, hey, you're out of your shell.
Oh well, yeah, no, I picked up on that.
Kiss.
Yeah, I understood that right out of the gate. All right.
But yeah, no, it's just those commonalities.
Yeah.
Things I used to lie to myself about.
All right, man. Okay, so let's that was actually a really cool little tangent we went on there. I kind of like that. But let's veer off that for a second and let's focus for a minute on future content and what we're working on right now.
Yes.
Well,
I'll go first, I guess. Right now I have, let's see, 1, 2, at least 2 new projects going. One I know everyone knows about, and that's the restorations and stuff that I do. One is I have this old Chinese pot metal axe that I plan on redoing. That's been up in the air for forever because when I first started filming that, my camera went to crap, as it does often. You can hear the stress in my voice. But the second one, I'm definitely going to film parts of it, but I think it's going to be more of a hangout. And I even struggle to say this because of YouTube guidelines, but I'm into making my own firearms. But moreover than that, I have shadowed my father, who's also a machinist. So I would like to get into creating content of just general machining, just talking, hanging out while out there working, and just kind of explain what I'm doing. But I will probably have to do something other than my current project, which is I'll just say it's an 80%. Those who know. But beyond that, I've actually got a business that I'm trying to kick up and going that is specifically geared towards tool and implement restorations, and also sharpening services for like anything from as simple as like lawnmower blades to as fancy as like a Damascus family heirloom knife, from like the 1800s. Razor blade, because at least where we live, there is a huge gap in the market for people who actually know how to sharpen things. I've had a few clients already from places that I've worked that the frustration mounts when I see their knives. It really does. Because I've spent a lot of time and a lot of training to get to the point to where I'm decent in my eyes at able to sharpen things. And some of these people need to be beaten the way they sharpen things. So if I get that business off and going, you'll definitely see a lot of content from me of like, hey, check out this cool little thing, or hey, so-and-so came in again, check this out. I have a whole workshop
like
once I get this next video cleared up.
Yeah.
Once I get this next video cleared up. I'm also part of the Reddit, what is that network called? It's r/pan. It's a live streaming network. So anytime I drop a link, because it's a mobile streaming service, unlike the rest of my streaming, which is on the PC. So catch me there. I'll definitely include links to that once I get that going. But those are limited to 45 minutes, so that's probably where my hangout streams are going to be. So you're probably not going to miss much from my main channel on that. I was long-winded. I apologize.
No, that wasn't long-winded. It was thorough. There's a difference. And it's really cool. It's cool to get it out, talk about it, promote it, make it feel real, for a second, instead of something that's just sitting in your head. Oh.
That's very true.
Which is really what all of this even is, man. It's like, well,
I also have to send a shout out to my girlfriend for getting me a bitchin' new phone that can help me with all of this. Because, let's be honest, the last phone I had was 10 years old.
Which brings us to today's sponsor. No,
literally anyone who wants to sponsor us.
Please, we need money. No, but...
Okay, but what are you working on? Because I know you do a lot of work for not just your channel, but everyone else's.
Yeah. Well, that's actually...
For real, he's an amazing editor, so...
I appreciate that. That's... And I talked a little bit about that earlier. That's actually slowed down now. Like, the only person that I really have in the works as far as consistent work, like they would basically be considered a client of mine, is my brother. He has his own YouTube channel called Bumtastic. He doesn't know if he's going to change that name later or not, but I'm fine with it. I like it. But I edit his videos. Here recently, he's been cutting his videos, and he just sends them to me for finalization and adding some finishing touches and putting in his like outro music and all of that. And I wrap that up in a nice little bow. I make all of his thumbnails, which is another thing I've with all of this and this YouTube channel that I've been starting. I've been getting into learning Adobe and learning the suite of that. So Photoshop, and mostly Photoshop and Premiere. I eventually want to start incorporating After Effects and other things like that. But I've been learning those programs and getting acquainted with them, getting comfortable with them. I think I'm actually picking up on them pretty quickly now because, and I hopefully my thumbnails of all my previous videos can attest to that. But everything that I do and I put into my videos, aside from obvious music that you could like you can recognize that's from something else, it's all mine. I make my own thumbnails. All of my outro music, aside from a couple songs where it was appropriate, is my own music. I do all the editing myself. There's nobody I outsource anything to, and it's a little
boss.
It's a little rough right now because, like I said, I'm kind of learning and honing my craft, but I've gotten to the point where I can produce, I think, at least decent quality videos fairly quickly. If I've got nothing else going on to, draw attention away from it, which if that is going to be my job, then there is nothing that's going to draw my attention away from that. But that's actually something that I was going to say is any like potential business inquiries that some would have. I'm hoping to eventually get something started of editing for others, like as a job. So I could like do commissions or something like that. So if you've got anything like, you're wanting to start a YouTube channel, but you don't got the time, you don't have the know-how, you don't have the hardware, that's where I'm kind of wanting to lend my services. And like I said, everything I do is on my channel. Like I said, the thumbnails, I can turn out a thumbnail and a video, or just the video, or just the thumbnail even. I don't care. But just get in touch with me in that. Bumtastic@gmail.com. Right now is the business email that I'm using. It's basically the catch-all for everything, but I will see it. I promise you that. Not getting swamped with any kind of communication as of late. But that, and like I said, everything is in that hub. Just Bumtastic. You can just Google it, go on YouTube, go on Twitter, whatever. Just type Bumtastic and you're gonna find me. Everything.
Spell it.
Bumtastik. The Gmail is Bumtastic. That's the only discerning thing there. But yeah, that is my catch-all. You'll be able to find everything, even random stuff that I've posted every other which way. like my SoundCloud that I've got from years ago that I would be posting regularly, but they have a limit, and I don't want to pay for the subscription right now.
Yeah, not to get on another rant, but SoundCloud went downhill quick after some policy changes like 2 years ago.
But I mean, it's still a good spot to kind of have like an audio portfolio of like, here's my stuff.
Totally.
And unless I find another hosting site that's better, has a better rep or something, then I'll start posting on that. But I still actively work on music. That is something else that I do, and it's something everything I do, I teach myself. I've taught myself from day one on all of this stuff, and it's been sometimes a slow journey, but I think it's well worth it. So I like specifically with music, because I played guitar for years, and I'm definitely one of those who. I mean, if you want to pay for the lessons, if you want to go down that route, it's totally understandable. And even now, I could definitely use some actual schooling just to kind of round out the edges, soften them out, and kind of tighten things up a little bit. But I feel like you kind of come into your own style and your own, specifically with music, your own sound. You know, like you kind of get your own personality kind of bleeds into it a little bit faster, especially if you kind of if you're adept at picking things up quickly and you're kind of a natural learner, then that's definitely a cool way to go. It just takes dedication because you just got to want to do it. There's nothing making you do it. So you have to personally want to achieve it. You have to personally want to do it. And that's what's fueling all of my projects and fueling all of my work and passion that I'm doing right now. I'm tired of talking about it. It's basically where I am. I'm tired of talking.
You know what? It's a very fair. Spite is a very underrated motivator, honestly. Most of the big decisions in my life I've done because of spite. Transitioning included.
But yeah, I've never specifically said exactly what my videos are, and to be fair, there's not really a through line there that I can kind of grab onto, but just basically the way I would describe it to somebody if I had to is just comedy focused video game centered videos. That's it. I just kind of, record my sessions and cut them up and edit them in whatever way that I see fit, just trying to get a few laughs out of people. That's what I aim for. I aim to entertain and amuse. My streams are really freeform in that vein too, but I mean, it's a learning process.
It's literally just a thing that you and I both, for forever, had been like the funny people of our friends groups. Just no matter what we've done, and it literally just turns around to, you know what, we should post this, we should do this, we should, insert what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And it really boils down to, you know what, we're gonna get this going. So,
yeah, we're gonna do this. And then there was
if you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. I mean, it's not your taste. It's not your taste. We're not gonna sit there and hold it against you. But
I mean, I might.
We're sick of holding it in. It's making us sick.
It's like an alien just wanting to burst out of your chest, and it's just like, get it out, get it out.
Yours is like the alien that's gonna burst out of your chest. Mine's more like that. Seeping. I want it out, but mine is more like molasses.
That's seeping. Oh, don't mess with him. He's seeping.
I hate you.
Oh man. Oh fuck. I still haven't decided if I'm gonna hit the bleeps or not. I mean, I could do this, but then I got to think about it beforehand.
I think the bleeps will be okay afterwards.
Well, no, I mean at all. That's what I'm saying.
It depends. We're definitely not family friendly.
You know what?
If you're listening to us and you're not and you're part of a family, I'm
hell
sorry.
Yeah. Let's just let it all hang out. Let's let it just swang in the wind, man. You know what I want to do? I want to play some more Left 4 Dead.
Really?
That was. Yeah, fucking, I love that game, dude. Back when that game first came out, I played the crap out of that.
Oh yes, no, I missed the initial, but I do distinctly remember late game nights at Jesse's. You and him talking about that
Oh,
and
dude,
being like, "Damn, I wish I could be that."
that is literally some of my favorite random gaming related moments. Is just because it was like this the narrative. It was this little story that was building because like it was just me and him. So we would either be playing the two of us with the other two survivors, and I would always pick Bill, and he probably picked Zoe, to be honest. But which left Francis and Lewis as the two AIs, and they kind of had their own like personalities that they would develop, and like specific enemies would only attack specific players, which is not at all programmed into the game. Jesse would always get railed by the witch every single time, and Lewis was an absolute cock goblin. Like if like the AI, I'm running around doing my thing. Jesse, we would play versus a lot too. Jesse would be the freaking zombie, and he's wherever he is, and we had taken care of everything. And I was like, hell yeah, we're right in front of a safe house. We're good to go. Everything's gonna be great. And I was like, it's gonna be no problem whatsoever. And all of a sudden, I hear a fucking beep, 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 beep. The horde has been alerted. And I'm like, what the hell? And I turn around, and the freaking AI Lewis is literally in the middle of just curb stomping the hood of this car, jumping up and down, and then just dead sprints for the safe room, just completely on his own. Like no reason to do that whatsoever. Just hopped up on the car. And the thing is when you hit they have these like certain cars have like lights going and everything, and if you hit the car, it starts the car alarm, which calls a horde of zombies. No matter what's going on in that moment, if you've killed all the zombies or what, if nothing's going on, it summons an entire horde, and you've got to either get out of there quick, or well, if you have nowhere to go, you have to kill them. And so it was just one of those things, and he was always doing that. The AI Lewis would always fuck me over in some way, and it's just little stuff like that. It's stuck with me, and it's like a lot of that game is just nostalgia, but the game itself it's just because it's that solid. Even after all of these years, the game still holds up. I love it. I can't wait for Back 4 Blood, which is this like a spiritual successor to it. In case you didn't know, Jordan.
I've heard about it, but I haven't looked anything up on it.
It's from the creators of Left 4 Dead. It's not technically Left 4 Dead 3, even though that's kind of how it's being packaged and run around. People are talking about it, but it's a spiritual successor.
You know, it's a brand new game with a nice, pretty bow of Left 4 Dead 3 on top.
Yeah, kind of. Because it's the same. It's the same. It's basically the same formula. It's just been modernized. Like the game has this kind of like reactive difficulty and like procedurally generated like effect to it. But I think there's still the levels are kind of already designed. But how zombies interact with you and what hardships you face on the level changes depending on like how you're playing.
It's the classic, but better.
Yeah, at least that's what I've heard. I could be blowing smoke out my ass on this one. I haven't actually looked up. I'm a big proponent in saving the mystery for the release of the game. I don't like knowing every facet of a game before I ever even get to play it.
It wasn't like what was that Star Wars game called? The one that just came out recently.
Oh, Fallen Order?
Yeah, Fallen Order.
Or are you talking about Squadron?
No, Fallen Order. Wasn't Fallen Order's like whole storyline like completely spoiled by the marketing team throwing out a bunch of trailers and footage and stuff?
Oh, that's been happening across all the mediums. Like, I don't know about that one specifically because I was so out of the loop on that, and it sucks because I would love to play that. I would love to play that game. I want to play it, and I'm going to eventually play it. But I'm a little burnt because I know the story now. Like not beat for beat, but I know the big moments.
Right, yeah, the big reveals that are supposed to be like, oh, that's the moment.
Yeah.
It's all been ruined by the marketing team.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that happened to me and you with remember Age of Ultron?
Yeah. No.
You know, Marvel's, Avengers Age of Ultron.
No, I know the movie. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, I remember like we weren't seeing it together or anything like that. We were both stoked to see the movie.
Yeah.
And this is kind of what sparked both of our, we're not going to fucking spoiler each other, that kind of thing anymore. Yeah. Because every time like a preview or something would come on TV or a YouTube ad or whatever would be like for Age of Ultron, we'd be like, oh, and we get into looking at it, and we look at like fan theories and things like that. And by the time we had seen the movie, we knew everything, and it was like a meh movie to us. I remember that.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're talking about now. I was trying to think of some like big thing that happened in it, and there was like a couple things that I was like kind of registering as something that might be that, but you just meant like in general we just knew too much. Yeah. Well, because there's no real like the only thing that allows you to watch a movie multiple times over is just like the overall staying power of that movie and how good it holds up and how decent the movie is in itself. But also every time you watch that movie, you carry that first experience through each, sequential watching of the movie. Like everything that precedes that first watch. And if that first one is like you already fucking know everything, I mean, still it could be an okay movie. It's not like it's gonna be terrible if you know everything.
A good movie's not gonna be a bad movie because of spoilers. That's been proven false.
Yeah.
But you can definitely knock a great movie off its pedestal by getting it spoiled.
Oh yeah. Because you don't get the information from the story. You don't get the big beats of the story and the way that the movie was designed to present them to you. You don't
get the big aha moment.
Yeah. Right. Like if you go into a movie knowing that, oh, Stacy almost gets to the dock, but then she gets hit by a car. It's like, okay, well, too bad. Fuck Stacy, I guess.
Stacy, yeah.
Yeah, but like when you watch this movie and you get all the way through there and you realize, no, but Greg was at the dock. Oh, fuck, no, Stacy. And it's like, you know what I mean? And you can be robbed of that whole experience if you know that first. And then you go and watch the movie and it's like, well, yeah, it was okay. I mean, but you can kind of tell that Stacy was going to die. I mean, the foreshadowing. It's like, yeah, but you knew, motherfucker. You knew. Okay?
If you know, you know.
Give Stacy a chance. You don't know what Greg's life is going to be like. You would know if you'd watched the movie, but you just heard about the fucking car crash. That's all you knew about.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's another point I was actually going to bring up is this podcast isn't going to be solely video game oriented. It is going to be heavily video game oriented. We're going to be talking a lot about video games, but I know you specifically have a life majorly outside of video games, and I don't want to try and stifle you by only talking about what's the newest consoles coming out on the market today. No,
I get that.
What all the kids are playing.
That's why we call this podcast Full Frontal Garbage, because it is literally just garbage coming out of our mouths for an hour.
Spewing out of every orifice every single Saturday. Remember that. That's the most important thing. It's not always games. It's not always good, but it is every week.
Way to set some expectations there. It's not always about games, and it's not always good. Full frontal garbage.
Full frontal.
Oh, you tee them up and you knock them down.
Oh, God. And if you've made it this far, then I will let you know, and only you. Don't go sharing this around to a bunch of different people. You earned this, and only you.
It's a secret.
It is a test. This all was a test. I just posted a tilde on accident to the Discord because my pen hit the keyboard. Anyway, you have made it. And what do you get? You just have to come to the next podcast and find out, now won't you? Yeah, I'll give you a hint. It's nothing. But we love you, and you're awesome.
It's a cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. Okay, for real, that's done now. I got to answer some people who are confused about my post.